Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first visit, my name is Matt. On this channel I review brand new cars such as this one. This of course is a 2026 completely redesigned Hyundai Palisade. I'm here at Hyundai of St. Augustine, and we're going to take in a complete tour of this vehicle, checking it out, exterior, interior, technology, and of course a test drive. If you enjoy watching automotive content, want to see more of that, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you like anything about this video, don't forget to leave me a thumbs up. And now let's get back to this. Palisade is a huge seller for Hyundai, and since the redesign, I've already checked out the Calligraphy, the XRT Pro, the SEL, and the non-hybrid versions, and also the Calligraphy Hybrid. Now, this one literally just came out, and this is the least expensive option for the hybrid models, the SEL Premium. We have the base MSRP of about $47,000 on this front-wheel drive model. Let's take a look and see what we get for the money. So the design is just about the same as all the new Hyundai Palisades. We have the blocky lights, turn signals, daytime running lamps. We have the LED headlamps, and we also have this light strip that, as you can see, glows across the entire width of this vehicle. Underneath here, you'll find the front-facing camera, and these louvers right at the bottom, they open and close as needed to help with cooling of the engine. Now with the large Hyundai logo, and check this out. If you like the color of this particular one, they call it Titan Charcoal, but it definitely has some hues of green in it. You're going to be able to see that more on the side profile. Now let's pop the hood open and let's see what's underneath it. Underneath the hood, 2.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder hybrid engine, 329 horsepower, 339 pound-feet of torque. It has made it to a 6-speed automatic transmission. The gas mileage on the SEL Premium is the highest out of all the hybrids, so we have 3335 for the combined number of 34. Now let's check it out. Let's see what else is going on. We have the hood struts on both sides. We have some sound insulation, and we'll definitely check it out how quiet it is on the inside while test driving it. And of course, before we start driving it, let's talk about the dimensions of the vehicle. 78 is the total width of this SUV. We have a height of 69 inches, ground clearance 7.4 inches, total length 199.8, almost 200 inches, which, by the way, it's not the largest SUV in its class, but it certainly looks bigger than it is. Now, the SEL Premium sits on 18-inch rims. I kind of like the design of it. We have the tire size of 235 by 65 on 18, so plenty of sidewall space. Around the wheel wells, you have this matte black cladding that continues all around it, and it is being broken up by this polished aluminum trim. And if you look up, we have the fully loaded mirrors, as I call them. So we have the turn signal, side view camera, blind spot assist. That's all inside the mirror. Proximity entry system on the door, so you can lock it or unlock it as long as the key is somewhere on you. And of course, we have this new style remote for the Hyundai Palisade, which looks like this. So we have the lock, unlock, hold to start this vehicle, so remote start is standard on it, hold for the panic button, and hold to open the rear hatch. Now, this vehicle is all blacked out at the bottom as far as the windows, but up on top, we have this polished aluminum trim that continues. Now, this is just a sticker, so that peels off. For transportation, they leave it, and that continues all on top of the windows, and it's being finished off with this large trim right here in the back. And as I mentioned before, it definitely looks like a Range Rover here from the back. We have these all large and bright LED lights. Now you can see the turn signals are on the inside of them. Palisade spelled out, rear view camera, huge Hyundai logo. I like how this brake light is incorporated in this tailgate spoiler, and the wiper is hidden underneath that spoiler as well. We have the reverse lights at the bottom, reflector lights, plenty of sensors, and if it had a tow hitch, it can tow up to 4,000 pounds. Now let's pop this gate open. I'm not sure if it's programmed yet, but let me wave my foot underneath. And no, it hasn't been programmed yet, but we can open it up with the remote. And here behind the third row seat, over 19 cubic feet of cargo space. Not the best, not the worst. Here underneath this floor, we have an additional storage, and as you can see, tire mobility kit, so which means that we don't have the spare tire on this vehicle. 12-volt power outlet, and the ability to fold down the second row seats. Boom. The third row seat, manual adjustment, so not like on the calligraphy where everything was pretty much power. But once it's all folded down, 86.7 cubic feet of storage. By the way, if the middle row seat was up, just over 46 cubic feet of storage. So third passengers, they have their own USB Type-C, cup holders, and speakers, as well as the ventilation and illumination. So yes, they could feel comfortable if they can fit in this third row seat. So how do you get in this third row seat? There's a button on top of the seat in the middle. You push it, the seat moves out of your way, and here it is. Get inside the third row seat for a 6-foot tall adult is not bad. Now, plenty of headroom, plenty of shoulder room. As you can see, there's no issue here. When I move this seat all the way back, I'm going to squish my knee, so I'm not going to do that. But I can move it just about to this point. So as you can see, leaving plenty of room for the passenger right here in the middle seat, I can fit. Now, I wouldn't probably be very comfortable for a long trip, but for short trips around town, that's perfectly acceptable. As you can see, the situation is different right here in this second row seat. I have plenty of room in front of my knees, plenty of headroom, shoulder room, so I can definitely spare some room for the rear passenger and still be comfortable in the back here. And here's the interior of this 2026 Palisade SEL premium hybrid. Now with the manual sunshade, we have some nice materials right here on the side. This is all nice and soft. None of that hard plastic stuff that you can see in so many vehicles. We have the nice and comfortable armrest, window control, of course, the cup holders, more storage at the bottom, and right here you have this warning in case something or someone approaches the vehicle while you're opening the door. So it kind of gives you a warning, hey, close it up because you're going to get smooshed. Now, up on top, we have the controls for your climate control, and then as you can see, we have the heated and ventilated seats in this second row, even on this, well, let's call it the base trim. Other than that, you can set your temperature and different vent positions, etc. Your own vents up on top, USB Type-C ports inside the seats right here in the back. And we have more storage in both seat backs. Now, this kind of looks plain. We have this little drawer for more storage underneath, but nothing else. All right, almost flat floor. And this seats are covered with what they call the H-Tex, which is Hyundai man-made leather. They're perforated in the middle, and on the very sides, they're solid. Now, these are the buttons I was telling you about. One on top to move the seat. If you don't want to reach to that one, here's another one at the bottom. And this, of course, lever controls the recline on the seat. Now, let's take a look and see what's going on in the front. But before we do that, I know I'm getting older, but is this charcoal Titan? This definitely looks green to me. I know I'm getting older and I need glasses, but the glasses make everything sharper and don't change colors much. Well, let's listen to the sound of the closing door. Boom. That is nice and solid. Now let's see what's going on in this front door panel. And yes, I had a beef with it. I still do. I wish there was something here. This is so plain. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about it. Now we have the window mirror lock controls, 2 memory seat settings, more storage at the bottom here. And that looks like we do have some illumination as far as the ambient lighting. It's going to be really hard to see, but we're definitely going to try to check that out. Palisade spelled out. We have the multiple controls for the seat as far as the power, and that goes for the driver and passenger seat, both power controls. And this one even have the 4-way lumbar support. We have the regular pedals, nothing crazy here on the left-hand side of the steering wheel. We have the electronic parking brake, traction control off, tow mode. We have the gas door release, gate opening, and the dimmer for what's going on in the instrument cluster. Let me jump inside. I'll show you what else is going on here. And let's listen to the sound of the closing door from the inside. Boom. Not only it's a solid thud, but also we have a very nicely insulated cabin inside, makes it super quiet, library quiet. So this is the new style steering wheel. We have the 4 dots, of course, that stands for H in Morse code, and that stands for Hyundai. Now these illuminate, so kind of a warning lights as well. And we have the cruise control, adaptive cruise control, of course, the seek track on this side, and then we have the ability to change what's going on in the instrument cluster, pedal shifters right in the back, and we have the different modes as far as this one is customizable button, so we can see that. Mode button allows you to choose from Bluetooth audio, Amazon Music, SoundCloud, phone projection, sounds of nature, USB music, FM, AM, and Sirius XM. So you can adjust that to your liking. We have another custom button on the steering wheel, and that's the star button, and that allows you to choose different options. Now, up and down, and then of course we have the voice control, volume control, mute button, and the phone button. As you can see, these light up. So yeah, I wasn't lying. And we have the attention assist, and here is your instrument cluster. And in this instrument cluster, you have one of my favorite features, which is basically that blind spot video camera that projects the image inside the gauges as you turn on the turn signals either to the right or to the left. So 523 miles is the total range. We're in the eco mode. And then on the right hand side, we'll see where the power is coming or going. So right now, when I push the accelerator, you can see the combustion engine kicked in. So we have the RPMs in the middle, and then you can see that the battery is charging, the engine is charging the battery. So this is a hybrid that you don't have to plug in. Let's make this straight, right? One of the strangest things that Hyundai started putting on their new vehicles is the transmission, the shifter right here. This is the twist shifter right in the back. So if you want to go forward, move it up. The drive select, and if you want to go backwards, move it backwards, and see right now this turns red because we're close to some object in the back, so it kind of gives you a warning, visual warning too. That's also where the start stop button is located for the vehicle, and since we have it in a reverse, let's take a quick look at this rear view camera. So yeah, we have the top down view, trajectory lines, really nice, and I got to compliment Hyundai on making this camera like 4K, very nice, very visible. We also have this 3D system where you can see the vehicle, you can move it around, and you can adjust different settings for the camera. Display settings and display contents, those are the two options. Now we'll get back to this middle screen. Let's push this button to put this vehicle in park, and let's see what else is going on in the instrument cluster. So at the bottom, we have the temperature, and then we can change what's going on right here in the middle. So compass, we have the cruise control settings. Now the lights are on, as you can see on this vehicle. You can turn the lights off, boom, turn it off, and if I let my foot off the brake, the lights disappear too. So kind of gives you a visual representation of what the vehicle is doing. Now moving on to this next screen, this is of course your main infotainment screen, and here let's go back to the home screen. Here it is. You have the map that's built in. If you don't like it, you can use your Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. They're both wired or wireless, your choice. Now, as far as the radio, we've seen that already, AM, FM, Sirius XM. Here's your hybrid settings. So let's push this button because you won't find that on the non-hybrid vehicle. And fuel economy, 11.4 miles per gallon after refueling. Now, the vehicle's got how many miles on? 15 miles on it. So, I mean, that's not a good representation of it. And we're in the eco mode right here. Electric motor use, barely, okay, almost none in here. But that kind of gives you the representation and see what this vehicle is doing in the hybrid mode. Moving on, we have the phone projection, voice memo, weather, in case it's hard for you to look outside. And the temperature is also displayed outside too. Sports, catch up on the sports setup. That's where you'll actually find the ability to customize the button, like one on the steering wheel, two on the steering wheel, and then there's another one here on this middle console that you can customize as well. Display buttons cluster, okay, they have different selections. So cluster theme selection, we have modern that's selected right now. You can also have a simple or classic mode, whichever one you like. And then the graphic style, we have the style A, style B, and style C. So you can link it to the drive mode, and we're going to go through the drive modes too. Well, let's see. Let's do it right now. So the drive modes, we have the My Drive, Sport, and Eco. And on the H-Tracks, which is the four-wheel drive, you're going to have some terrain modes as well. Now, moving on to this infotainment system, we've already done setup. See if there is something about the lights, climate seat lights. Let's see if ambient lighting is one of them. Yep. So link to drive mode, or you can choose the color, whichever one you want. Oh, and now you can see it. I don't know if you can see it, how nicely kind of an ambient lighting behind the armrest on the side. And there's also some coming peeking through from here. All right, so it's probably going to look really good at night. I believe there's some more coming out from underneath the screens, although it's hard to say. Okay, so you can change seats, climate, vehicle, eco, drive modes, etc. Plenty of customization on this vehicle. Now, as far as the seats, let's see what's going on here. Seat position change alert, seating easy access. I think this is turned on right now because every time that you unlock or open the door, the seat moves back. So it's easier for you to get in and out of the vehicle. And I would almost forget, but here's a pretty cool feature on this vehicle. So if you go to the hybrid settings and you go to the settings right here, right now you can see the stay mode is enabled, which means that I can run AC and pretty much everything in the car. And time remaining now, it's 10 minutes because I just turned the AC on. The battery is not fully charged. So basically when the battery is going to drain, it's going to turn itself off. But this is pretty cool because if you enable the stay mode, the vehicle will charge the battery as much as it can. So when you stopped, when you're not running the engine, it will still run all of the convenience features of the vehicle. And depending on what you have on, of course, here, I'm going to turn this off and let's see how much time we're going to have. So as you can see, the time is going up. Now without the AC running, we have about 20 minutes left or so. Okay, so you enable it by going to the hybrid system in the main menu. So your map, Sirius XM, here's your hybrid system. Then you go to the settings here, and then you can activate stay mode upon arrival at set destination. So you can do that. Displays a pop-up window to start mode when the vehicle is put in park at certain destinations. So that's the stay mode. That's something that none other hybrid vehicle have right now, and this is a pretty cool feature on here. So let's see what else we have. So at the bottom here, we have the auto hold feature. This is for your brakes, of course. So basically what it does is you push this button and you press the brake pedal. Now we're in gear. The vehicle is not going to start moving. See, it's not moving until I press on the accelerator. See, and now we're going. So that's the auto hold mode. Drive modes, we already went through that. Now you have the some solid buttons in here for home, map, search, media, seek, track, customizable button, and setup. So these are of course your shortcuts if you don't want to look for them in your infotainment system. Down here at the bottom, you have the climate control. So we can turn this on, set it up. We have the heated, ventilated seats for the front and rear passengers. As you remember, heated steering wheel and a dual zone in the front, single zone in the back. So plenty of features here. And then this is your parking camera. I can turn on or off your parking sensors. I actually like this thing right here. I'm not sure if you can see the design of it. Kind of like a wood grain. Of course, we have another shelf underneath, which is rubber lined, so you can store some items there as well as in the bottom underneath this console. We also have the 12-volt power outlet and plenty of storage underneath here. Wireless charging, 1, 2, 3 USB Type-C ports. We have the large cup holders as well as the console storage. Up on top, frameless mirror. with HomeLink. And then we have the regular sunroof. This is the slide and tilt sunroof, okay, with the manual sunshade. So if you want to let some air inside the cabin, you can just tilt it up if you want to, or close it. I'm going to close it so I don't forget about it. And then here up on top, we have the illuminated mirrors. And here it is. This is it, guys. 2026 Palisade SEL Premium. Oh, let's talk about pricing. Take it for a spin. And of course, let's touch on the pricing. There are 3 different hybrid trim levels for the Palisade 2026. SEL Premium starting at $47,520, Limited $51,990, and Calligraphy $56,780. It's about $10,000 spread between the bottom and the top of the line trim. I've already done the Calligraphy. You've seen all the features. It's got tons of it. But I got to tell you, for $10,000 less, this one is a very, very well-equipped vehicle. Plus, it's got a little bit better gas mileage. It's got some different tires, a little bit more sidewall, which could translate into better ride quality. Oh, let's take it for a quick spin. So first, what we're going to do is we're going to make a circle right here at the end of this road to see how this vehicle turns. Turn the steering wheel all the way to the right and turning pretty good, actually. Very nice turning radius. There you go. Which mode am I in? I'm in the eco mode, and I'm going to leave it as such. So we're in a hybrid. Very nice, quiet. You can hear the engine kick in, that's for sure. But overall, coasting. Large vehicle, good visibility. Mirrors are the right size. We have good visibility right here in the back, although it would benefit, just like any SUV with people inside could benefit with this rear view camera mirror. Well, this one doesn't have it. I'm not sure if it's available as an option or not. But, you know, it's still very nicely equipped car. So, yeah, I mean, I can see the difference, especially when going over some of the bumps. It's nice and smooth. Like I said, we have 65 sidewall tires on it. Just we're going to do a quick acceleration just to see how this vehicle performs. But I have a feeling it's going to be exactly the same, of course, as the Calligraphy edition. So as far as hybrids, what do we have in the midsize category? I would think that more manufacturers would jump on it after the success that the Toyota Highlander hybrid had. People are still lining up to get them. They're not cheap. Now, the Palisades are not cheap, but it's the only main competitor. Of course, Mazda CX-90 has a plug-in hybrid. So that's a little bit different. That's the one that you have to plug in. But of course, it gives you an all-electric driving range as well. So depending on what you like, there is pretty much something for everybody. But as the regular hybrids, you know, we only have the Palisade and the Grand Highlander so far. And both of them, solid choices. I know Toyota, you know, rides on its dependability, reliability, and all that stuff. They had their share of problems with those Grand Highlanders when they first came out. I believe they're all worked up right now. So, I mean, that shouldn't be an issue if you're looking for one. The Palisade is brand new, but it does have 10 years, 100,000 miles warranty. But let's see how this vehicle accelerates. We're here at the full stop eco mode. We're not going to go crazy. Push the accelerator. Yep, we have the torque getting into this front wheels. A little bit of a wheel spin, but not bad. And get it up to about 50 miles per hour. Nice. Not bad at all. Again, a large vehicle, great gas mileage, tons of features, tons of room. Guys, let me know what you think about this 2026 Hyundai Palisade Hybrid. Would you buy this, or would you splurge and spend more money on the Calligraphy, or maybe some other vehicles is in your future? Well, let me know what it is. Well, let's get this conversation going in the comments. And if you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe for more automotive content, and I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.